Hello everyone, this is Wayne Story. I'm on the mega ship Carnival Magic. I'm out in the Gulf of Mexico. We're headed back to Galveston. We've been all the way down to the Western Caribbean, having a great time this week, Linda and I, and we're looking forward to getting back, but we've had such a great time. I wanted to share a little bit with it, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the things that we experienced that Carnival Cruise did that really is something we can learn from as marketing people in our organizations. So as I got on, I kind of sat back and watched how Carnival really gave a really unusual experience, and I want to share some of that with you. First off, we left Galveston for Cozumel, Mexico, and several other ports down here in the Western Caribbean. Having a great time. We got out in the sun. It was a perfect time to get away from all of the cold and snow. And I think we left some snow behind for you guys. Apparently it chased us all the way down to Galveston because we went through Dallas, and then just as we left Dallas it started sleeting and snowing and icing and everything, and we wound up down here in Galveston. And in Galveston it was raining and cold when we got on the ship. But the next morning it was nice and sunny and warm, and we had such a great time just kind of getting away, recharging, and something I really suggest everybody needs to do several times a year, just get away and recharge themselves. As you can hear, there's a lot of fun going on the ship, and even though we're headed back to port, everybody's having a great time. We wanted to escape to the warm beaches and the warm sun of the Caribbean for a little while and have some fun with that. I am kind of sorry that I left you guys behind with all that snow and ice that you wound up having to deal with. And because of what we left kind of behind, it seems like we picked the perfect week to leave Albuquerque and head off to the sunny Caribbean. So I'm taping on the last day of our cruise. Like I said, we're headed back into Galveston. We'll be back into Galveston bright and early in the morning and offload, and then we'll be back in Albuquerque on Sunday. Which you're hearing this a couple of days after we get back. I'll be sharing this with you on some in the email that you just got. So we were on the mega ship called Carnival Magic. It's one of their two newest ships out in their fleet. It is a huge, big ship. It holds almost 3,700 guests and 1,400 crew. Now, lesson number one, they call all of their customers guests, and they call all of their employees crew, which is something we can learn from, because many times we call our employees by the wrong things. We don't really give our customers the right kind of thing. By what you name a customer, what you name the people you do business with, has a lot to do with how your not only you but your employees view the customers, and how they view themselves and the value you bring to that. So that's lesson number one. Saw on Carnival Cruise Lines is they're very careful about their language, and we should all do that in our businesses. Yesterday we went out on an ATV tour in Cozumel and went out through some Mayan ruins and Mayan caves, at least that's what they called them, and a Mayan temple that they just uncovered a couple of weeks ago that was way out in the middle of the jungle that nobody even knew was there. Somebody stumbled across it, and now they're beginning to excavate it. But we had a great time. Then I went back to the beach and I snorkeled for a while. You know, I for many years had a 110-gallon saltwater aquarium, and it is always great to get back into the water and get to see the fish in their live habitat and have a great time with that. So, but back to our lesson. One of the things that I've seen as we got on the ship was that there was a very choreographed experience that we were given by the crew, by the ship, and by all the staff here. All the interactions were well planned. As we got on, immediately after getting on, our luggage was already at our door so that we were ready to go and able to. I've always heard all kinds of bad horror stories about people can't get their luggage, it takes forever. Our luggage was right there, right on time as we walked in to our room, and we were immediately able to get into our nice summer fun clothes for the cruise, since it had been a little bit rainy and cold when we left Galveston. In fact, we had to take our umbrellas on, it was raining so much. They immediately had our luggage there. Very shortly after we showed up, within 5 to 10 minutes, our room steward showed up, and he was immediately knew us by name. Of course, the minute we walked in, he already had that memorized in his brain, so he knew us by name and called us by name, which was pretty cool because it made you feel at home. And then he went through a complete script that the cruise line had already given him for exactly what to tell us that was going to go on for the day, how things were going to go on the ship, how he's going to take care of us, all of the things we needed to know so that we felt very comfortable. Didn't wind up just coming on wondering, well, what's going to happen now? And it's amazing. We need to be doing the same kinds of things. We need to begin to help customers know exactly what the experience they're going to have, what's going to happen each step of the way, and we forget to do that many times. So we need to be doing that for ourselves. The lesson number 3, the crew really understood us all the way around. Frequently, when we went to dinner, at dinner, the waiters and the helpers for the waiters all knew us by name, constantly calling us by name. After the first day, they knew exactly what kinds of things we liked best. Everybody at the table liked regular water. I liked iced tea. They immediately came and did that. They knew each of us who liked bread on our plate when we were preparing for getting ready for the meal, even before we ordered. So they had everything down to a T. They knew us, and that's something that's very important for you, is to know exactly what your customers want and how to treat them and how that they are understood and recognized by your company. Now that's the first 3. Tomorrow I'm going to continue this lesson and we'll go through the other 3. I've got a total of 6 that I saw played out right here on this cruise line, that they really understand how to create a customer that's going to come back and spend money with them over and over again, which is a great thing we'd like to have in our businesses.